Ok. Donc bonjour, bienvenue. Aujourd'hui, c'est le mercredi 10 février. Hein. Donc aujourd'hui, il s'agit de savoir comment dire à quel étage on habite et identifier les différentes parties d'une maison. So today we're going to kind of review a little bit of what we did yesterday. We didn't do a whole lot though, so it'll be a quick review. And I'm going to talk to you all a little bit about the unit and the activity packet. All right. Uh, So first off, a quick reminder. So we'll talk about asynchronous lesson 9, the unit 3 activities packet, and then we'll go into an échauffement. Tu habites à quel étage et puis ton domicile de rêve. Donc, asynchronous lesson 9, about half of y'all completed it, which is great, and I was thrilled to see that. It's a silly little video, trop, but it's a great introduction to the vocabulary of like house stuff in the house. They're playing hide and seek. It's cute. I don't know. But yeah, do please complete that. And then do also please go ahead and submit the packet for Unit 2 if you haven't already. So please do submit the Unit 2 activities packet. I'd love to see that. Boop. So the Unit 3 activity packet, let's try to boop. All right. If we take a look at our Canvas calendar, you can find it as a link. So again, up here on our Canvas calendar, go down to French 2. All right. So you've got the Black History Month resources. I really look forward to talking with y'all about that a little bit on Friday. I'm a big fan of comics. I have a window open right now on Icon and Milestone Comics, which is part of DC. So if you're interested in comics, definitely check out Milestone, which was an imprint of DC. And they had Static Shock. And maybe I'll show you that at the end of class if we have time. OK, donc aujourd'hui en classe, tu habites à quel étage? En haut ou en bas? Activité module 3. So if you click on that, you'll be able to go ahead and see this document. And I would love for you to go ahead and make a copy to save for yourself. So I'll give you all a moment to go ahead and do that. So please go ahead and make that copy. And then I'll go through it once you're done with that. And if you want to give me a party popper, that would be super helpful once you've done that. Whoa, somebody's on the ball. And if you're in class, just let off a big firework, like an M80 or something. Yeah. Let off bottle rockets, please. Kidding. He jokes. All right. So this is again, what this is this is me trying to meet the occasion, right? Me trying to still serve you as your teacher in this kind of weird pandemic situation where now we've got a few students in the class, we've got most students at home, but we usually have unit packets, right? And unit packets are super helpful for consolidating all your notes from the unit and doing some activities. And so this is my attempt to make a digital unit packet. So I just wanted to take a moment going through it real quick. This is talking about the metric and imperial system. We talked about that a little bit yesterday, just the distinction. We won't go into it today, but maybe tomorrow. So again, just converting those things because I don't know about y'all, but I often still have to kind of look up like, oh wait, how many centimeters are there to an inch and things like that. And why would we need to look those up? Why would we need to know that? This isn't a science class. Why would we need to know that? Does anybody know? And you can put it in the chat or you can say it out loud. Why is Mr. Hare having us look at the metric system? Because they use it. Yeah, they use it in France. They use it everywhere. I mean, I'm just gonna be real. Like, we are the weird ones. The U.S. is the weird ones, all right? And Great Britain for using the imperial system. It's just a good thing to know. So I'm taking advantage of this opportunity to endorse it. Um, and then here we've got great like little banks for vocabulary. So again, you do you. You know, I saw one student used a Google Doc. Great. I know a couple students used like Quizlet. Dope. Whatever works for you is great, right? But I'm offering you this space to make that list of vocabulary. So as we go over vocabulary in the unit, um, to use this as a repository, as like a bank for your vocab. Hein, pour faire une description générale, et puis pour faire une description à l'intérieur d'une pièce dans un appartement, okay, d'une salle. And then we'll go into some activities. So in this unit, we're going to be talking about different objects in the house. And part of that is describing, okay, well, where is your couch? Is your couch upstairs or downstairs? Is your couch in front of or behind the TV? Or is it next to? I don't know. So les prépositions, so we'll get to this, all right? And I'll be asking you to go ahead and fill in on your own once we talk about prepositions, what these different ones are. So like this one in English might be in between. So we'll learn how to say in between in French. And those are good ones to have. It's good vocabulary to have. Some good expressions. So yesterday we talked about c'est au premier étage, and we'll review that a little bit today. C'est au premier étage. Hier, vous avez aussi dit j'habite dans une maison, j'habite dans un appartement. Hein? Donc ce sont des expressions utiles. Donc vous pouvez continuer. Hein? So what I've done here is I've given you a few to start, but you're welcome to add more. That's what this ... is about. And then over here are some translations. So that you can kind of get an idea for what these mean. So c'est au, we could just do this one together real quick. I won't answer it on the screen, but if you want to go ahead and do that on your own, c'est au premier étage. What are we talking about? Yeah, what floor is it on, right? It's on something floor, right? C'est au étage. What floor is it on? It's on this floor. So this expression translates to it's on this floor, whatever floor it is. That's why there's the blank there. And then down, we can look at the different rooms in a house. So that'll be really helpful. And again, we haven't gotten to it yet, but we'll talk about it. Here, there's an explanation for this activity, but it's basically a matching exercise where you've got different images of different rooms and then different pieces of furniture in that room. And so you'll say, oh, okay, well, A corresponds to this word in French. All right. And what I'm hoping is that helps you in that it's got images, it's got connections and stuff, and it helps you associate, okay, this is what this is, without having to translate it into English necessarily. We'll talk about this in a moment, en haut, en bas. And we'll also talk about this. So today in class, you'll have a chance to fill in these 3 blanks. And then just some activities. So these are for practicing the different rooms with Khaled. This is also for practicing the different rooms. And then this is kind of similar. It's taking it kind of the next level, talking about your place, where you spend time, your home. All right. So I'm going to pause recording real. All right. Well, if y'all do have questions later on, let me know. Otherwise, I will jump back into the slides for today. So again, any day of the week in the next unit, please make sure to come to class with that unit activity packet open, because as we talk about stuff, you'll want to add stuff. You're welcome to take notes on paper. to add vocabulary words, you're welcome to do whatever works for your vocabulary. But I will ask you to turn in that unit packet, just like I asked for you to turn in the unit 2 packet. So check your progress, see how things are going. So I'd love to present this if I could. And I'm struggling to see where my cursor is. Tell you what. I will go to present. Boop. All right. Thanks, y'all, by the way, those of you at home and those of you in person for your patience as we kind of work out the kinks of this. I hope that your other teachers are putting me to shame, that they're all just like technology whizzes and it's just like boom, 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 super smooth. I'm still getting there. So thank you for your patience. OK, donc pour un échauffement, aujourd'hui et cette semaine, je vous parle de Black History Month, je vous parle des super-héros. Des super-héros. Donc, est-ce que tu aimes les films ou les bandes dessinées super-héros? Donc, qu'est-ce que c'est une bande dessinée, à ton avis? Donc, les films, on peut imaginer. Qu'est-ce que c'est qu'un film? Un movie, yeah. Donc, une bande dessinée, super-héros. What do you think une bande dessinée might be? A comic book, exactly. Une bande dessinée. Huh? So I got some in the classroom. I look forward to sharing them with y'all. Let me see. Here we go. Let's do Swamp Thing and French. Une bande is a strip. So you might recognize these guys, the Addams Family. This was originally, it was like in the 30s, I think. It was a comic. And so they were strips. There were strips of comics, and they're pretty dark. It's pretty hilarious. And I look forward to sharing these with y'all as soon as we're back in person and can touch things. I can't exactly hand these to you because it's a lot of fun, and these had me cracking up. So bande dessinée is a strip, une bande dessinée, drawn, an illustrated strip. All right. Boondocks, c'est très bon. Swamp Thing. Donc, les super-héros. Swamp Thing, c'est un peu un super-héros. C'est un peu bizarre. C'est un peu bizarre. C'est un peu horreur. Mais bon, est-ce que tu aimes les super-héros? Est-ce que tu aimes les films ou les bandes dessinées? Hein? Donc, oui, j'aime les films parce que, ou j'aime les BD parce que, ou non, je n'aime pas. Hein? Donc, peut-être mettez une pouce si tu aimes. So in the Zoom, if you want to go ahead and do a thumbs up if you like movies or comics with superheroes, and then maybe do a party popper if you don't. Est-ce que tu aimes? And then in class, oui ou non? Oui. Donc oui, j'aime les. D'accord? Ouais. I'm not seeing any party poppers, so y'all do like them. Is anybody going to be extra edgy and be like, I'm too cool for that? No? All right. Okay, cool. All right. OK, donc je recommande les ressources que je vous ai données. So if you are into superheroes, I definitely recommend looking into those resources that I made available for Black History Month. Canvas Calendar. OK. Tu habites à quel étage? Tu habites à quel étage? Donc, Madame Punzel et moi, nous habitons au rez-de-chaussée. And if you're at home, I would recommend going ahead and practicing that. Rez-de-chaussée. For those of you in class, rez-de-chaussée. C'est un peu bizarre, hein? Mais Madame Punzel et moi, nous habitons au rez-de-chaussée. Les bananes en pyjama habitent au premier étage. Donc ça, c'est le premier étage. Et Monsieur James Baldwin habite au deuxième étage. Il habite au deuxième étage. Okay. So I'll give you a moment. You can go ahead and take notes on paper or in your vocabulary, but you might want to add these vocabulary pieces. J'habite au deuxième étage. Les bananes habitent au premier étage. Nous habitons au rez-de-chaussée. So we talked about this yesterday, but what's a little different about French floors, the way the French talk about floors? Yeah, the ground. So the first floor is what we would call the second floor. Yeah. So the ground floor is called le rez-de-chaussée. So they have a ground floor, le rez-de-chaussée, and then le premier étage is what we would call the second floor. Okay. And then here I've used les bananes en pyjama. I don't know why, just random. But Monsieur James Baldwin, does anybody know who this is? No? Anybody in the chat? For some reason, I'm struggling to see the chat on my screen. Can somebody tell me if there's an answer in the chat that you're seeing? No? A French painter? Yeah. No, he wasn't a French painter, but that's a good guess. He was a writer, and he was American. So he's from New York. He's from Harlem. He grew up the son of a preacher, but he moved to France and he lived in Paris, outside Paris, for quite a long time. Or maybe it was in the south of France. I think it was actually in the south of France. And he left the U.S. because he didn't feel welcome as a black man, and he was also gay. And so he felt like he could live more comfortably and safely and be himself in France as opposed to in the U.S. And there are many other people like Miles Davis who had a similar experience. So we could talk about expats, so people who've left their country to emigrate to live in another country. Ok, donc Monsieur James Baldwin habite au deuxième étage. Ok. Donc, nous avons le Petit Prince. Vous connaissez peut-être le Petit Prince, je ne sais pas. Mais le Petit Prince, il habite à quel étage? Il habite à quel étage? Donc, il habite... Très bien, oui, il habite au premier étage. Oui, il habite au premier étage. Et maintenant, le Petit Prince habite à quel étage? Le Petit Prince habite à quel étage? Super, il habite au rez-de-chaussée. Il habite au rez-de-chaussée. Super. Et enfin, le Petit Prince habite à quel étage? Il habite... Oui, il habite au deuxième étage. Très bien, il habite au deuxième étage. Donc, nous avons le rez-de-chaussée, le premier étage, deuxième étage, ici. OK? Et le Petit Prince, il habite donc en haut. En haut. Il n'habite pas en bas. Donc, peut-être à la maison, vous pouvez vous entraîner avec la prononciation en haut, en bas. Donc, Noah, est-ce que tu préfères habiter en haut ou en bas? En haut, d'accord. Et toi, Gabriel? En bas, d'accord. Tu préfères habiter en bas. Et toi, Laura? En haut, d'accord. Oui, c'est très bien d'habiter en haut parce qu'on peut voir beaucoup de choses. En haut, on peut voir. En bas, c'est plus simple. C'est plus simple de partir et retourner. So on the ground floor, lower floors, it's easier to come and go. On the higher floors, we can see lots of stuff, right? Donc en haut, en bas. Donc en haut, en bas. OK. Donc voici une maison. Voici une maison. Et nous avons le rez-de-chaussée. Nous avons le premier étage. Mais comment dit-on ça? Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? What is this up here? What do we call this level? It's not really a floor. It's kind of a room. Yeah, the attic. En français, le grenier. Le grenier. Hein? Donc en français, c'est le grenier. Donc c'est là où on stocke des choses, on met des choses hein, pour... hein. Donc nous avons le grenier. Et puis ici, qu'est-ce qu'on appelle ça? En anglais peut-être. What is this down here? The basement. The basement. Nous avons en français le sous-sol. Le sous-sol. Et nous avons le sous-sol. Le sol, c'est la terre. En français, le sol, the ground. Le sol, ground. Et puis sous. Est-ce que vous savez ce que ça veut dire? Comment dit-on en anglais sous? Do you all know what that means? Sous? One more time. Basement? Yeah, le sous-sol is the basement, yeah. Le sous-sol is the basement. But if we break it down, le sol is the ground. Sous is one of those prepositions we're going to be learning. You got it. You got it. Good guess. Under. Okay, so it's literally the underground. Le sous-sol. Sous. Sous, under. Okay? Super. Bravo. OK? Ouais, donc le sous-sol. Donc nous avons le grenier et le sous-sol. Et puis enfin, ça c'est un peu plus simple. Nous avons un garage. Un garage. Donc on peut garer les voitures, garer les voitures hein, dans un garage. Quand il neige, c'est bien d'avoir un garage. Quand il fait très 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 froid, c'est une bonne chose d'avoir un garage. OK? Donc maintenant, prenez un instant pour compléter. So please take a moment now to complete in your activities, your Unit 3 activities. You've got this illustration with some blanks. Right here on slide 15, it looks like. So please take a moment to complete that. I'll give you 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll come back and I'll talk about what I'd like you to do for tomorrow. So I'll pause recording. OK, donc pour demain, pense à ta maison ou ton appartement de rêve. Qu'est-ce que c'est un rêve? Ton appartement idéal, ton appartement de fantaisie, ta maison de rêve. Est-ce que vous avez des idées? Comment dit-on maison de rêve? Peut-être vous aviez, quand vous étiez petit, une maison de rêve de Barbie. Il y a la maison de rêve de Barbie. C'est un jouet. Maison idéale. Non, pas d'idée. Quand vous dormez, quand vous dormez la nuit, on dit fais de beaux rêves. Fais de beaux rêves. Hein? One more time. Look at the rooms? No. So now we're talking about pour demain. Pense à ta maison, ton appartement. Exactly. I was trying to get Barbie Dream House. I don't know if that resonates with anybody. I didn't have one necessarily, but it was definitely a thing that was in the air. Ouais, ok, très bien. Hein, ouais, donc pour demain, pense à ta maison ou ton appartement de rêve. Est-ce que c'est une maison ou est-ce que c'est un appartement? C'est peut-être un appartement. Hein, j'aime bien les appartements, moi, personnellement. Ok. Donc, est-ce que c'est une maison ou est-ce que c'est un appartement? Et puis, il y a combien d'étages? Donc, à Paris, par exemple, il y a des appartements à plusieurs étages. So in big cities like Paris, for example, there are apartments with multiple levels, right? So just because you pick an appartement doesn't mean you only have one floor. You might have several floors, right? Donc, il y a combien d'étages? Il y a 5 étages, par exemple. Il y a 2 étages, peut-être. Dans cette maison, il y a un étage. In this house, there is one floor. Because again, there's the rez-de-chaussée, premier étage. Donc, dans cette maison, il y a un étage. Un étage, ici. Donc, il y a un étage. OK. Donc, pour demain, commencez à penser à votre maison de rêve, votre appartement de rêve. Hein, c'est une maison ou c'est un appartement? Et puis, il y a combien d'étages? Hein? So for tomorrow, please start thinking about that. And then tomorrow, as part of the warm-up, I'll ask you, OK, est-ce que tu as une maison de rêve ou un appartement de rêve? Et il y a combien d'étages? Donc, je vais vous demander ça demain. So I'll ask you that tomorrow. If you are inspired, you could do a drawing. I'd love to see that. We can develop this as we get further with the unit. You can develop your idea of your dream house or dream apartment. If you have finished that and you want to keep working, I would recommend doing the asynchronous lesson 9 if you have not already, and turning in the Unit 2 packet if you have not already. So yeah. So for those of you at home, please stick around. Please hang out in the Zoom. But as far as we're concerned, the class is over and I will help you. I'll help you individually. So for the recording, I'll say au revoir.